Hello. Yep, how's it going? First one sold out. Good news, good news. Yeah, we'll add a second one. What date? 24th of January. Yeah, sounds good. That'll do. Yeah, happy days. All right, speak to you in a bit. 2 nights at the SSE. Decent. That's us now! Yes. Oh shit.
That's to the top. I see that. I see that.
What the fuck is happening, people? Welcome to the General Banter Podcast. It's the 30th of fucking October, is it? It's the 30th of October. We're a day late. I do apologise for that. I'll get you a fucking refund, will I? Huh? We're a day late because I was travelling like a mental cunt. And I could have recorded it yesterday. I had some time, but I guarantee you it would have been total shit because the fucking energy levels were low. Do you know, I was critically exhausted, clinically exhausted. So here we are, we got it today. I'm absolutely full of caffeine. Let's get absolutely inside my gape. Here we are. I just want to plug a few things before we go on, as usual. You know what I mean? We got Lavery's Comedy Club on the 6th of November. Tim McGarry's headlining. I may or may not be waiting on a baby, fucking actually in the hospital with my wife having a baby. Whatever's going on, Lavery's plows forward. That's on the 6th. They got a whole bunch of cunts on. I can't even remember. Can't remember because my head's up my shitter. But there we are. You know the crack. The only other gig is what do you call it? The second fucking Odyssey show is on sale still. I've neglected the promo of that because I was trying to push a fucking tour. But you know what I mean? We've got a gap now. I did all my gigs up to the end of October. We're off in November to have a baby. And then we're back on it in December. There's some tickets left for some of the gigs. Let me just check, because you know the crack. You know what happens when I gig in your town. No tickets. So yeah, I gigged right up to fucking the 28th in Galway there. We'll get to that later. And then, yeah, I'm not back on the road till 29th of Oma, stroke. 29th of November there. And then, yeah, what have we got? Two sold out shows in Oma. 6th of December, Anchor Bar, Newcastle. Just a fucking rogue screwdriver there for no reason. It's nearly sold out. Island Arts Centre, Lisburn, sold out. Riverside Theatre, Coleraine, tickets are flying out for that. That'll probably sell out. Enormous crowd at that, like 400 people. Down Arts Centre, Downpatrick, whether or not that's real or not, I'm going to it. Nerve Centre, Derry, can't wait. Can't fucking wait. Best gig I did last year. Let's do it again, Derry, you know what I mean? Bring 2 cameras, I'll get it filmed. You know? Getting the big laughs there, killing it, rolling laughs. People are going, ha ha, fucking stop it, hey. Someone said that last year, it's on a vlog, trust me. Older Fleet Larne, love going down there. Even though it seems like a post-apocalyptic town, there's no one there. And a guy ran down the street and was like, mate, do you know where the fucking ferry is? Literally as the ferry was pulling in the size of a building behind me, and I went, oh, I don't know where that is because I'm a cunt. And then the last gig of the tour, which is the 21st of December, Marketplace Theatre Armagh, which is has been bumped up to a different room. It's in the main theatre now, and it's selling very well, and it'll sell out, and they'll all sell out, so get your tickets. Shine.net. And that's it. We're working on getting the merch refurbished. Oh my god, guys, exciting times ahead. I'm going to down this coffee, and I'm going to play the fucking intro, and we are going... Hey. Any more desk noise? Fuck. Yeah, let's do it. We'll play this intro. We'll play the long one. I'm going to down a coffee. Probably have a stroke. Let's do it.
General Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
Right about here, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get yourself and your soul together. This man will make your liver quiver. This man will make your bladder splatter. Let's all welcome the world's godfather of soul,
Colin Geddis.
It's Geddis, actually.
Geddis.
Geddis.
Geddis. Geddis. Geddis.
Fuck you. Way too long. We'll go back to the short one when I do podcasts by myself. If there's another person here, you know, we can usually kill a bit of time in there. Here's the exciting news. I'm 33. 30 fucking 3 years old. The 26th of October, it was my birthday, and now I'm 33. What's going on? You know what I mean? 33 years old. Want to vomit in my mouth. 33, like. And this podcast will probably go on for 10 years if I don't die. And then I'll be like, I'm 43. Can you believe that shit? I actually don't really give a shit about the age. It's more just, well, I've already, you know what I mean? Here's the thing with me. Get all the shit out of the road early. You know what I mean? I'm Benjamin buttoning up my life is what I'm doing. I'm going to work backwards. You know what I mean? 33, you know, my life's getting better, you know, so I don't give a shit what age I am. You know, we're starting to get healthy. I'm the fucking keto queen. I haven't had a carb since 2009. So suck my fat tits. Okay? That's what we're doing. We're aging in reverse. Vomit in my mouth. We're aging in reverse. That's what we're doing around here. You know, we're having children. We're getting thinner. I might not look it because I think I'm just one of those people where you're like, my bones are made of lead. So I've been on the no refined sugar. I don't want to say keto because I've definitely eaten things that weren't keto, but I haven't cheated in any way. Haven't had any fucking chocolate or crisps or pizza. Haven't had any bread. Haven't had any fucking pasta, which I wasn't too keen on anyway. Haven't had any of that shit. I literally think the worst thing I've eaten is one of those grenade bars, and I had about 4 of them over the weekend in Galway, just because it was easier to fucking just be like, right, I'll just eat this fucking bullshit than try and, you know, go in somewhere and ask them for like what I really want to eat, which is like, hi, can I get 6 chicken breasts and then scrambled eggs with spinach to it with a small bit of cheese on it? Thanks, bro. And they're like, this is McDonald's. And I'm like, you're discriminating against the keto people. So here we are. I don't know what the crack is. I need to weigh myself. I'll weigh myself tomorrow morning. Actually, fuck it, I'll weigh myself I've had 9 gallons of water. I'll weigh myself in tomorrow morning, but here's the crack, guys. Here's the crack. We've talked all the shit. Me and Dave, heavyweight cut. Me and Aaron, defat bastardization, all that shit. Fuck them, okay? We're on our own. We're actually doing the fucking goddamn thing, okay? Disciplined. Didn't cheat on any of my fucking holidays. Any of that shit. And I do believe, basically about a week before I did the no carbs thing, I was eating very clean, and then I started doing the no carbs thing, and I was 286, which is crazy because I can remember even weighing in before the wedding, which was way last 2018, where I was like 298 or something, and I was like, bro, that is fat as fuck. And I was eating clean for a week there, and I started at 286, and then I weighed myself in the other day, and I was 271, baby. You know what I mean? So I don't know whether I'm just pissing out water or what the crack is, but it seems to be working for a minute, and there's a lot of, you know what I mean? Give it a second, and then it'll be 265, and then I'll just put a photo up on the fucking heavyweight cup page and went, did it, completed it, no fuss. You know, it only took me fucking 3 weeks when I eventually decided that I wanted to do it. So there we go. Now, did I down that coffee and my body is roasting now and I need a shit? That's science. I did a science to my body. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, so 271. So, you know, keep that pumping, get down to 265. And I would say, you know what, here's the thing. I could be 240 and then like I'm still the weight of like fucking Cain Velasquez or something. Do you know what I mean? So I'm in no danger of being like wasting away, which is a bit the thing that a lot of big dudes do. They go, oh man, I just wouldn't feel myself if I was really small. And you're looking at these people and you're like, you're 6'4" and enormous. No one's gonna be like, Jesus, what's he got? AIDS? So here we are, 33, shredding up, baby. You know what I mean? Shredded weight. You know, maybe shave this fucking ISIS beard and maybe look a bit thinner on my face. Who fucking knows? Let me tell you about my weight, guys. I'm 33 and I'm old. Fuck. We went to Antrim last week, and it was cool because two sold out shows in Antrim on 2 different days. So I had to go twice to do the same gig, which is very fucking strange. Because you get this weird thing where you're like, I feel weird doing the same material in this same bar, even though it's different people. Weird. But it was cool because I'm getting this thing recently where it's a good thing. Normally if I go to a gig and it's my gig, people are like, oh, there's your man, blah de blah. Especially when you go to these wee towns, they're very polite. They're like, hello, welcome to Antrim. Here you are, having a nice time. But there's been shit happening recently where like people are just trying to figure out who I am. They don't know what's going on. You know, like there's this couple eating their dinner, and the side boy goes, "Excuse me, are you the comedian?" And I went, "Yeah, I'm doing the show next door." And he goes, "Oh, very well." And then there was this other couple of women like sitting behind this wall or whatever. I couldn't even see them, just a wee L-shaped booth. And she goes, "Oh, what's your name?" And I was like, "Colin Geddis." And she goes, "Oh, right, you're a comedian." And she goes, "Oh, we live in London. We've never really heard of you." And I was like, "Oh, that's fine." And I was like, "I'm in London tomorrow, actually." And they were like, "Oh, yeah, that's cool." I know people just find a night, you know, and that happened to me all weekend in Galway, you know. You tell you what, you sell out a fucking arena, people fairly prick their ears up, let me tell you. You know? Doing gigs, people fucking staring through the door and all. Aye, that's your man fucking doing an arena, you know? And they witness the smash. You know what I mean? The dead on mafia in town, fucking kneecapping bitches. Broke that. That's a cup, says Colin Geddis on it, you know what I mean? I'm 33, but we're balling out round here. You know what I'm saying? Strange fucking times. Anyway, Dead Antrim. I can't believe that I only podcasted a week ago. It seems like it was 7 years ago. But here we are. Went to Antrim. Next morning, had to go to London. Flew to London. Took Aaron, the man baby McCann, to London to do 2 sold out shows. And I stuck to that diet, bro. Stuck to that fucking diet. You know? And by that I mean I didn't eat any carbs, but we did find a place called the Chicken Shop where I ate a full rotisserie chicken and 3 corn on the cobs because there wasn't much to eat in the airport and I ended up kind of starving myself. It was funny. Oh my god, first of all, I mean, I don't know how much material I've done about Belfast International Airport, but absolutely get rid of it, you know. You go up to the desk and the guy's like, "Oh, fucking nurse, you're Barry Blender, aren't you?" What the fuck do you think? "Oh, I watch all your podcasts and all." "Yeah, obviously you know it's me." And then fucking fingers the life out of you. And I'll tell you what, you's only £45, guys, because I lost the camera battery there and you's definitely pulled it out of the bag and lost it somewhere. So absolutely get me another one. And also, if you've seen me 3 weeks in a row and recognise me, is there any need for the fingering? Is what I'm saying. Disgraceful. Anyway, we went and had a rotisserie chicken. I had the full chicken. Amazing. Great times. And then we went to here's what I did, right? I'm with Aaron, you know, who you take someone on tour with you, it's like being on a date for 2 days. You know, you're like, "Oh, I'll get this, don't worry, I'm taking care of you." Do you know what I mean? And he was on the trip, you know, to open up for me, and then, you know, there was agents coming to see him, which I don't know what I'm doing these days. I don't even know what I'm doing. So we get the fucking Gatwick Express, and this is the stupidest. The trip was smooth, apart from this one incident where I nearly turned into an ISIS member. I got the Gatwick Express, right, which I shouldn't have done. We should have just got the regular train and paid £10 each. Instead, I went, let's get the Express. And it was fucking literally like £70 for 2 tickets. And I didn't know this. I thought if I hit 2 return tickets, 2 tickets would come out and I would hold on to that ticket and be like, this is my return ticket. No. 1 ticket comes out for 1 journey. 1 falls out for the other journey. Did I wait for the second 2? I absolutely didn't. I went, fuck me, there's 2 tickets. Swiped them. And then the next cunt that came along basically just had a free journey because he probably just lifted the 2 tickets. So I gave 1 to Aaron and I was like, there's your return ticket. And I'm joking to him. I'm like, don't fucking lose that. That is gold. That is fucking gold you have in your hands right there. And then we get the other side of the train journey and he puts it in the machine. He goes through because he's got the 1-way journey and I put it in and it won't work. And I said to the girl, this won't work. And she goes, oh, this is for like a whatever. And I said, okay, what's the crack then? And she goes, do you have your other ticket? And I went, no, I didn't wait for it. So they're in a machine back at Gatwick and I want to fucking rip my cock off and eat it. So she's like, can you show me on your bank, like where you bought it? And I showed her the ticket, like, there you go, there's 74 quid for 2 train tickets. And she's like, well, I can only basically buzz you through. There's nothing more I can do after that. And I was like, class. And then I knew on the way back, I was like, that's going to cost me another fucking, like, whatever the fuck it is, 40 quid on the way back here. And then there was some dude just ran through the gates, and they were like, "You'll need to stop." The girl was like Russian or something. "You'll need to stop, please." And the guy's like, "I can't." Which London is probably full of that shit, where someone's just like, "Listen, this city is killing me, and I can't spend any more money." And they just go, "I just need to fucking get the train back to the house." And they just bust through the gates, and they're like, "I'm sorry, I can't pay, but I need to do this." And they just disappear into the night, which you have to respect to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Because it is ridiculous. You're like, the train's going anyway, and you want me to pay 70 quid to walk through this little gate and get a fucking taxi? It's fucked up. But yeah, went to London. I mean, before we even left the fucking place, we were talking to these two girls in Belfast International, and they come up the hour and they're like, "Oh, you're a comedian, aren't you?" And they're talking away to him, and then they were like, "We're going to London to see James Arthur," and then they just kept talking and talking about, like, you know, how shit they were at navigating London, and we're chatting away, having a great old laugh, and said something like, "Who's the most famous person you've met?" And I went, "Oh, I don't know who would be the most famous." And she goes, "I'll tell you who mine is. Liam Neeson." And I went, "Oh, who's he?" "The actor." And I was like, "Oh, was it Liam Neeson or was it such a cunt? Was it Liam Neeson or Liam Nielsen?" And she's like, "No, you know, Liam Nielsen, met him, and he was lovely, and he was reading the Irish news, and he was fucking sound as fuck." And I was like, "That's class." But I love how, like, she recognised him from Love Actually and not Taken or something that's much more popular. But maybe all the references are just slightly off, you know what I mean? "I met Liam Neeson from Taken. I will find you and I'll hurt you." "Kill you?" "No, it's definitely hurt you. I'll find you and I'll hurt you." Watch out. So, yeah, we got to London. Anyway, this is real boring. Went to London, did the 2 gigs, you know, routinely smashed. Bang, bang, bang. Was, you know, the venue full of rats? Of course it was. It's London. It's a dungeon. There's just rats running about. You know, I found out a fun fact, though. I did a bit of my act, which isn't really in this tour, but I just thought I would throw it in from last year's tour about, like, throwing up when you're drunk and you get a cramp in your gooch. You know, that's very, I don't know whether that's popular enough for men, but I've certainly thrown up so hard that I got a cramp in my gooch. And there was a lovely gentleman in the crowd, and he's a doctor or something. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's called a coccygeal spasm." Now let's Google that, because my Google history is already compromised from the amount of shit that I've looked up in the past. Of course, no. Absolute shot in the dark at coccygeal spasm. Hold on, cockatiels. Hold on. Cockatiel? Is that a bird? Cockatoo? Oh my god, I'm having 9 strokes. So, cockatiel. Is that what you call cockatiel? Cockatiel. I don't even know how you spell cockatiel. Now, I've went down. This is a real wormhole when you accidentally spell a thing wrong, and you're like, "Oh, coccygeal spasm. I'm looking for something when your taint spasms up whenever you vomit." And then I've typed in cocket, and it said, "Did you mean cockatiel spasm?" And now I'm in the world of disabled budgies. Just collecting money here. Would you like to donate to cockatiel spasms? Oh, what's that? It's when you buy a wee exotic bird and then you get it home and its legs are all fucked up. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, it's essentially, when it can't fly, it's essentially a mouse, really. I knew a guy used to have a fucking bird in his house like that, and it would just, I mean, what? Look at that. Look at that photograph. That's, someone has their cockatiel, or cockatoo, or whatever the fuck it's called, sitting on someone's got a blow up male sex doll with a fucking erect cock, and the bird is sitting on the cock. Huh? What's going on in your house where you have a live bird and a blow up male sex doll, and the bird is sitting perched on the cock? Some of you chicks out there fucking perched on the cock, tell you that. Perched on the cock. What is going on in that guy's house? I bet that cunt has fucking kids and everything. Oh, the children think it's hilarious when the little bird sits on the blow-up doll's cock. What have I got myself into here? Welcome to the world of disabled birds. I mean, Rubber Bandits literally have a song about that, don't they? Spastic cock. Oh, dear. Well, in this edition of Colin Googles Things, we've hit a brick wall. Disabled budgies. Can birds have Down syndrome? While we're at it, do you know what I mean? I've already fucking cancelled myself in this career. Can birds have Down syndrome? And someone's already Googled it. Wow. Now, talk about clickbait. 14 animals. Here are 14 beautiful... Here are 14 beautiful animals with Down syndrome. There's a tiger with Down syndrome. There's a fucking orangutan with Down syndrome. There's a horse with Down syndrome, apparently. Very cute. Now, there's a white dolphin. Now, what is a white... Hold on a second, I Google this, because white dolphin. This may be the physique that I'm going for. No. Now that's hilarious because a regular white dolphin just looks like a dolphin with no skin. If you type in white dolphin, now this is, what am I doing? Down's syndrome. And it comes up, Jesus Christ. Yep, that's the physique I'm going for. If you type in white dolphin, Down syndrome, the second image that comes up, that is exactly the physique I have. Do you know what I mean? Yep. It looks like more like Aaron, in fact. With no top on, because I'm way too hairy. But like, yeah, that's, you know when someone has that, like, you've got the body of like a bar of soap. There's a donkey with Down syndrome. I think it's just making a weird face. Yep, these are crazy. These are crazy. Now, there's a turtle. They're like, this is a turtle with Down syndrome. How the fuck do they know that? Do you know what I mean? It's just a fucking... They've just got there's no research gone into this at all. They've went, let's find animals with Down syndrome. They found a tiger, which I think is a well-known one that has Down syndrome. Then there's an orangutan. Then they just morph into like, oh, here's a donkey that's faces in a weird shape. And then they're like, this koala has Down syndrome, and it's just a regular koala. Then turtle. How the fuck can you tell if a turtle has Down syndrome? You know what I mean? It's a snapping turtle. And then a hamster. And then a dog. And then none of these things have Down syndrome. They're basically going, you know, we've got two fucking examples, and now we're just going, here's some animals that might be on the market for some Down syndrome, possibly if there was a genetic thing going on. Do you know what I mean? They've went like, here's a tiger that we think has Down syndrome. Here's a white dolphin that has the body of Aaron McCann. And then they've just went, kicked back in the office and went, what other animals have Down syndrome? No, just what other animals is there? Hamster? I fucking put that in, sure. There's some dickhead doing a podcast somewhere who's clickbaited the fuck out of it anyway. Now, I don't know where oh yes, the coccygeal spasm. Yeah, so this nice doctor fella was like, yeah, you can get a coccygeal spasm in your fucking gooch if you vomit too hard. And I was like, see? I'm so good at observational comedy that I literally have a medical degree now. Now, retarded. Unbelievable. Now, if you take that last 10 minutes that I've done, if you have something against me and you're like, this guy's absolutely disgusting, he doesn't deserve to work, that's the 10 minutes. Of all the shit I've said over the years, see that 10 minutes? You know? It'll be on UTV Live. Semi-well-known comedian Colin Geddis is having his career cancelled after Down syndrome dolphin gate. Next minute I'll be doing an apology and like doing a fundraiser for like some Down syndrome community. Fuck's sake. Can you say anything these days? Do you know what should change the name of this podcast to? The Wormhole. There's some article there about the truth about the cast and crew of Bewitched. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, we're talking about London. We did our London gig, and I did my London gig, and then some of Aaron's mates were there from home who, you know, Aaron has a very weird range of friends, you know what I mean? He's got some real scumbag friends, got a load of cat type friends, you know, and then he's got some like American Psycho, I live in London, you know, I'm wearing a shirt and tie type guys who are like, oh no, I don't eat spuds anymore, I just eat exclusively Coke. And we went out with them for a wee bit, not out, just a very quiet pub, which was disgusting. Or not disgusting, but you know, you had a bunch of English people who were like staring down the bar like, I can't believe that these Irish cunts would be in a bar having fun. Absolutely despicable. You can't just come into a bar, have a few drinks and enjoy yourself. You come into the pub, you get a pint of bitter, and you sit there and you stare at the fucking Financial Times and you don't speak to anybody. But we sat there and we had a right laugh, and there's a bunch of his mates who work in London and they probably do well for themselves, but then there's one dude, and I think his name is Jack. Shout out to Jack. Is that his name? Shout out to Jack. I don't think he works in London. I'm going to say that out loud. I think all his other mates moved over there. They got suits, they got little silky hankies in their pocket, and they all work proper jobs. And then he went, oh, sure, all the lads have went to London to get jobs. I'm going to go too. And he went over and he bought himself a little suitcase, or a little briefcase that had nothing in it, apart from 2 chopsticks and a fucking Oyster card. And it just seemed like he was there. But shout out to that guy, you know what I mean? Fake it till you make it, baby. I don't know what I'm talking about. He's probably on fucking 200 grand a year, but which would get you a 1-bedroom phone box in London also, which is a weird thing. I was in Galway and I overheard someone talking behind me and she's like, Jesus, the rent here is absolutely fucking extortionate. You know, I know someone paying £1,600 a month for like a fucking outhouse, and you're like, €1,600 a month. I'd be looking sucked every day. Oh, the 16 comes with a mansion and the Lamborghini's outside and someone comes in every day and sucks me, Is that what the crack is? Anyway, went to London, all that shit. Next day, bought more tickets! Bought more fucking Gatwick Express tickets! Gatwick's worse than fucking, you know, you go, oh, it's Belfast International. Where is it? The fuckhole of nowhere. Takes you fucking 6 hours to get there. Gatwick's the same, you know? Although, see, when the plane lands, you're looking down, every house has a pool and a tennis court. Jesus Christ, where the hell's that? Or unless it's onto that flight path and they're like, it's very noisy, but, you know, we take enough Coke, drink enough gin. Who fucking knows, baby? Anyway, barely got to see my pregnant wife, you know, very busy. Came home, flew in, we went for a little dinner, and I had 3 steaks, and then I just went home. Basically, we just lay in bed for a minute and just were like, let's just enjoy this for 20 minutes before I have to go here. You know, we're just chatting. And then had to fucking go down the road to Galway. Straight away for the Galway Comedy Festival. First year I've been down. You know, was given a lot of shit from a first year, I think. A lot of opportunity, not a lot of shit. But I get down at 3 a.m. And bear in mind, I've been in London. I've spent 18 grand on Gatwick Express tickets. Okay? You know? I've gone home, seen my pregnant wife for 3 minutes. Then I go to Galway, and then I get to the desk, and there is 4, for want of a better word, travellers. That is the word. Round with the guy at the desk at 3 a.m, and I'm standing behind him like, hey, I know nobody wants to start any shit with you because you probably burn us out of a hotel room. But the guy's in the fucking guy's, the receptionist guy's face like, I tell you what, you're fucking making a fool out of me. You are making a fool out of me. You're making a fool out of me. And I'm like, bro, you're wearing sweatpants in a fucking 5-star hotel. You're making a fool out of me. You are. I'm sitting there with my family. And I nearly shit at this sentence. I'm trying to have a quiet bit of pizza. I'm trying to sit there, trying to have a quiet bit of pizza. And you're fucking making a fool out of me, telling me you're being too loud. You're telling me you're being fucking too loud in a minute. And you're like, well, it's 3:10 in the morning, and you're literally going, I'm trying to have a quiet bit of fucking pizza. You're making a fool out of yourself, and, you know, I don't want to suggest that there has been inbreeding, but your body proportions are all fucked up. Like, that's me saying that, his legs, he looked like one of those fucking, like, wee football figurines that you get free with, like, Rice Krispies 100 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, small legs, large torso, small head again. Might have been a Man in Black, I don't know. You're fucking making a fool out of me. Now, if he was saying that to me and I worked in the hotel, I'd have I'd have needed a fucking nappy on. I'd have been like, okay, no, it's okay, we'll sort that out. This guy had obviously seen it all before, and he was just like half his eyes closed, like, yeah, I'm not making a fucking fool out of you. It's just we don't make fucking 16-inch pizzas at this time of night, and also you're being very loud, and you're the last people in the bar. We're not staying open for 4 people. Go to fucking bed. And he's like, wait till tomorrow. Well, the rest of my family are coming down here tomorrow, and we're gonna be loud, and we're gonna have a fucking good time. Also, always the Traveller call-out videos, no one has a voice, you know what I mean? I've been shouting that fucking long. I basically have no... I'm gonna kill myself trying to do that. I have no voice left. You know those guys? I've been spending the whole fucking time shouting like this, and I fucking no vocal cords left, mate. I fucking no vocal cords left. And then you get the video like, you fucking, you dirty bastard. You're the king of dog shit. That guy. And I'm just standing behind them like, can I go to fucking bed, please? Because I have to be in the radio in the morning. Go on the radio. It's so funny on the radio. We're on Dermot and Dave on Today FM, which is quite a big show. They're broadcasting from like, you know, the Roisin Dove in Galway, and I'm fucking exhausted to turn up, try to park the car. City's busy as fuck, obviously. I just abandoned the car because I'm like, shit, I can actually, according to the maps, I'm like, I can walk this quicker than I can fucking drive to it. Pulled the car in and put the radio station on for a second, and didn't realise that there was a live audience in the fucking room, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And I go down there, and me and Paul Curry are on, and they're like, oh, well, we had Leo Varadkar on yesterday, and we spoke to him about United Ireland and stuff, so is that something we can bring up to you? And then they start talking about like, oh, what about Brexit and fucking United Ireland and all? And you've got fucking me who tells dick jokes, and Paul Curry who's like, you know, like essentially a fucking trained clown almost, like, and you know, and we're both just sitting there going, here, can we still do gigs? Because that's all we really give a fuck about. You know, and they're like, oh, well, you two Nordy pricks will be able to chime in about what you think about Brexit. You're like, can I still drive over the border and tell people about cockatiel spasms and also nag dolphins with Down syndrome? Can I do that still? Because that's all I really give a fuck about. Also, I need a shit because I've had 3 coffees. Can I say that live on air? Cheers, bro. Did the radio anyway. Good times. And it was weird because that more than anything felt like a fucking work trip, because I wasn't drinking the whole time because I'm basically on call to try and get home if Maureen goes into labour. So I'm just chilling, and I'm really just like, okay, well, I've done that today. I don't have a gig till tomorrow afternoon, and then so just killing time, you know, just couldn't eat anything, you know. Normally it would be a case of like, oh well, at least there's nice places to eat here, I'll go and eat some Asian food. And I'm literally like, nah, I can't eat any of this shit. Do you know? So I ended up going to Tesco's and buying some shit, and then the next day that was my birthday. And I'm going to start a new trend, guys. Seeing your birthday, you shouldn't be celebrating it. Here's what they should do. They should leave you by yourself on your birthday. Sorry, we had a break there. Yeah, they should leave you by yourself on your birthday, just to fucking sit there and realise what you've done. You know, if it's your early birthdays, you know what I mean, you're like 21 or whatever, you don't think about that, you just go out party. See, when you hit about 30, your birthday should be no celebrations. You just are in a hotel room by yourself, and you just sit there and you think about what you've done and how can you do it better. Because that's what I did. I just sat there going, bro, I'm 33, mate. What the fuck is going on? Freaking out. I'll eat another bag of pistachios. What about pistachios, eh? The heroine of the nut world. Anyway, recorded a thing for TV. You know what I'm saying? How many years have I been doing stand-up in Northern Ireland? Do you want to get on TV? Oh, we'll let you on TV on the shittest programmes ever made. And then, you know, you've ventured down south and they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to do a stand-up show on RTE, you know, about the Galway Comedy Festival. Do you want to be in it? Yes, I do. And I did a big lineup of people, and did fairly well by all accounts. Enjoyed myself. Didn't even think of it. I mean, it's so funny. There was a lot of the Southern comedians who were like, shit, I'm going to be in TV. Let's really make the most of this. And a lot of the quote unquote Nordy guys, which people just straight up say that to your face, and it's racist. All right. You're creating a division. You know, if you're someone who's wanting this United Ireland, you're creating a division between Northern Irish people are a breed on their own. You know what I mean? Borders are no fucking borders. Everyone hates you. So Yeah, we're so used to not being given any fucking opportunities. We were just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna go up and do whatever set I'm gonna do. You know, so went up there and did all right. You know what I mean? Did all right. You know, went to see a couple of other shows, whatever. You know, mainly the whole trip was me and Shane going on little boy dates where we would be like, let's go and do the show and then let's take ourselves for a couple of steak dinners. Because we're not drinking. By the way, hey Shane, why is nothing straightforward with you? Thank fuck I don't have any allergies or whatever, or some bullshit going on. Shane, you can't do anything with Shane Todd. Shout out to Shane Todd, you know what I mean? But he is. You can't do anything, you know what I mean? Can't have a cup of tea. Oh, it has to be almond milk and this and fucking from fair trade origin. Oh, we don't have any of that. Okay, I'll just have nothing, you know? Oh, he actually said the other day, I'm dying for a burger. I really feel like I want to have a burger. And then he gets there and he's like, do you have a gluten-free bap? No. Ah, shit. I'll take the burger with no cheese, with no sauce, with no whatever. I just want the burger by itself. Yeah, no worries. That's €16. Class. And then he runs up the fucking street to get a goddamn gluten-free bap. Could you, like, if you were like, I really feel like a burger, just eat the burger, get the diarrhea like a fucking grown man. Throw it up. Don't go like... He literally sprinted up the town to a Holland and Barrett and was like, can I, get a gluten-free bap? And they were like, we don't sell them single baps. So then he's literally, he could be like a fucking spy or something, the amount of, shiftiness he has. He goes into another burger shop up the street and goes, I'm in an Airbnb. I'm a wee gluten-free bitch. Can I have a gluten-free bap? And I'll buy it off you. And they give him one. And he took it to a rival burger place and put his in the burger. Then is halfway through the burger, takes the burger out, just starts eating the meat with the fucking knife and fork. And I'm like, are you not eating the bap that you just ran a fucking 5K to get? And he goes, oh, I'm filling up too quick. And I'm like, eat other things! Eat other food! Instead of doing that, you know? We could have went back to the steakhouse and had a steak. And you're like, oh, well, I actually don't eat red meat. What are you eating a burger for? I just felt like it. Well, then eat it properly and get ill like a fucking real man, instead of doing a fucking triathlon in order to get a gluten-free bap and then you don't eat it because you're too full. Oh my god, be fat and more hard. Oh my god. He's like Rain Man. No, I mean, fair play. If he has the energy for it, keep it up. But I would literally be like breaking out, throwing up with diarrhea, with a closed over throat, going, I can't be arsed. I just can't be arsed trying to eat the proper diet. And that's essentially what Mickey is. Shout out to Mickey. You know, we went on TV. We got our makeup done, and I was eating, like, Maureen does or has done makeup in the past, and you know, I'm aware of the hygiene required. But this woman was kind of just like, there's a bit of makeup for the lads, they don't give a fuck. And then sure enough, Mickey's eyeball looked like a fucking yeasty minge about 2 days later, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. He just kept rubbing it and on. I was like, dude, stop fingering your eye. He's like, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. Absolutely gross. But yeah, that was essentially the trip. Me and Shane just, Mickey was out drinking, so he was doing his thing, you know what I mean? But me and Shane were like going for wee dates and going to health food shops and went to see the Joker again, which I'm still not fucking convinced on, to be honest. The best bit in it is when he goes like, is it just me or is it getting crazier out there? And he literally goes from like this to like, and this is very much a visual thing, he goes from like this to like, that's the best acting I've ever seen. Is it just me or is it getting crazier out there? And he just moves his eyes ever so slightly. But the film, I'm still like, okay, some bits look amazing. His performance is good, but I'm like, I still felt empty after it. That's another thing about Shane's diet there. He can't have dairy, he can't have fucking gluten, he can't have meat, he can't have anything. But it's almost like he has landed on Earth from Mars and is like, what is the food? I don't know what's in any food. I am not allowed dairy products. And then he, I ordered, it was like 3 fucking sides for a tenner. And I was like, right, let me get the creamed corn. Let me try that. I've always wanted to try that. We'll get some fucking vegetables or whatever. And then we'll get like onion rings. I was like, we'll share an onion ring. And then we start eating the onion rings. And he's like, oh, can you check? He gets the girl over and he's like, sorry, could you check with the chef to see if there's any dairy in this onion ring? And I, can you see if there is any milk in this onion ring? And the girl was like, okay. And she probably walked out the back, farted and walked back in and went, yeah, there's no dairy in it. And I think the reason there is no dairy in it is because it's a fucking onion ring. How's it going? Is there any dairy in this ribeye steak? Let me check with the chef. See this piece of meat that you've cooked over fire? Is there any milk in that? No? Jesus. We found one of those rare milkless steaks. Yeah, there's no milk in it. Could you check if there's no milk in this onion ring, which is made only of onion and flour? Can I just, real quick, can you just check if this... yeah, I know it says Coke Zero. Can you check with the chef to see if there's any dairy products in that? Yeah, bro. Oh, yeah, sorry, bro. I got that confused. That's the old Stilton flavoured Coke. Be careful, man. You'll shit yourself. Oh, fuck. Meanwhile, he'll just accidentally probably just eat cheese and be like, oh, well, I'll just eat this cheese and get the shits. I'm sorry, could you check? Oh, for fuck's sake. It just makes me laugh. See this side of corn on the cob? I was just wondering, are these the cheese-filled ones? Or is that just a regular corn on the cob? Could you check with the chef? Hey, chef, see this corn on the cob that you've basically boiled and char grilled? Yeah. What's the crack? Is there baby bells inside it? No, there's not. Nah, mate, it's milk-free. Fair play to him. He's got energy for days, because I couldn't be fucked with that at all. I would just be like, I'll take the acne, I'll take the whatever the fuck it gives me. Fuck it. But what I will say is I had some delicious food in Galway. So yeah, we went for steaks, we went for fucking, oh man, it was great. Great stuff. But you know, when you're on this sort of low carby diet, you can't eat general shit the way you would normally eat. You kind of have to be like, I'll just eat, you know, maybe some fucking nuts. I'll go to the breakfast buffet. I'll get some, you know, eggs and mushrooms. And then you're like, I kind of have to just pick a nice place. And that's my main shit for today. Like, I went in and got one of these surf and turf things with, oh my, like the fucking prawns with the garlic butter and like coriander in it. Absolutely ejaculate, which is Spanish for coming. Fucking hell, man. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I've been doing, man. Sorry, this podcast is probably just me giving off about fucking how busy I am. And a load of shit. I'm fucking trying to fucking... That's Shane at the thing. I turn off a fucking quiet bit of pizza. I'm sitting there with my family. I want to do a quiet bit of pizza. Tell me this. Is there milk in the pizza? Oh, well, there's cheese on it. Get the fucking cheese off it. No, is the base gluten free? That's what Shane does. Oh, I was in Domino's last night. Oh, what'd you get, man? A cup of fucking tomato sauce. Oh, I love pizza, bro. That's not pizza. There's no bread and there's no cheese on it. Oh man, that's what I go for, man. I go for went for a burger last night. What was it? Piece of lettuce and a pickle. Gorgeous. He's hardcore. He still insists on going for it. You know what I mean? Fair play to him. Oh, do you have a real hankering for ice cream? What did you go for? Well, we basically got there and I ended up having, you know, there's a load of toppings and all. I basically just had a small cup of Skittles. Man, I love ice cream. Let's do some motherfucking questions. This is how we do it. What does that say from more? Oh, shout out to Janet Devlin. Actually, I must get a soundboard. McCann has one in his new fucking podcast with all his high-end gear. You know, all that shit. If I had a fucking soundboard, this whole podcast would just be noises. But shout out to Janet Devlin, J Dev in the house, who would... Cool. She was at... I just noticed in the front row of the gig in London. And she was at the first one, which was at 7 o'clock, so a bit lower energy, I must say. But you know what I mean? It's a give and take, guys. You're not up for it, you're not getting it. If you're up for it, you're getting it hard. You know what I'm saying? So she was in the front row, and I was like, yeah, we're doing Dick Dukes. And I was like, oh, what's up, John Devlin? I can't really reference it because you'd be scundered, and you're probably worried about that the whole time, that I'm going to go, oh, look, there's John Devlin. So I didn't do it. Anyhow, shout out to her. Yeah. Let me do some questions here, because some of them are going to bring up some nice topics. And what is that screenshot? Oh, I just have a fucking screenshot of some random. That's cool. That's the iPhone. I have an iPhone 10. I don't even know whether it's worth upgrading to that other thing with the new cameras, but I'm due an upgrade. But yeah, whatever way the buttons are, you just fucking throw it in your pocket, and then next minute you're like, who is this person I have a screenshot of? I'm embarrassed. Podcast question, have to ask, have you listened to Kanye West's last release? And if so, what do you think of it? I mean, here's the thing. I go on these like weird things where like I'll listen to, say, rap non-stop for ages, and if I put any rock music on, I'm like, I don't have anything new, and I've listened to this shit over and over again. I don't know if I could fucking be arsed with this. And then I started playing the guitar as a hobby a lot more recently, and obviously I've been listening to a lot more rock music or blues music or whatever. So I'll be honest, I did skim through this. Here's the thing with the Kanye West album. It happened to like the last two of them. It comes out and you go, this is fucking wank. And then it finds its way into culture, usually via the Kardashians. And then fucking a couple of weeks later, you're like, bro, I absolutely love this song. But I think maybe the worst thing he could have done is go, this is a gospel album, because that put me off right away. I was like, I can't even be fucked listening to this. But then you listen to it and you're like, nah, there's actually a bit more rapping than there is fucking singing and stuff. But still, I haven't really given it much time, so I don't want to comment too much on it just now. But I mean, that shit there, like that Closed on Sunday thing.
Don't let them indoctrinate. Closed on Sunday. You my Chick-fil-A.
You're my Chick-fil-A. Closed on Sunday. Kanye. Always like epic production. It's a musical event. And then he says something like, you know, if she bleaches her asshole and I get it on my fucking t-shirt, you know what I mean? You're like, he loves lowering the tone, like big fucking heavy, like, oh, this is class. What's that On Sight song? It's my favorite one. And like, is it produced by like fucking him and Daft Punk? And you're like, man, this is a fucking production, just fucking super group coming together here. And then it's like, dick in your mouth. And you're like, okay, well, you've fucked all your chances of radio play there. Brought it back in and put my dick in the mouth. On Sight. Just, I do it too. Probably, I'm the Kanye of stand-up. No, I'll do it with bits where I'm like, oh, this is quite a nice bit, and then I get like, just like fucking, Tourette's, and then I just absolutely ruin it for myself. That's Kanye. He's just like, yeah, that's an absolute banger. Put my dick in the mouth. And he's got that, and it's like, bro, I'm vibing out.
My number one with the lemonade. Raise our sons, train them in the faith through temptation.
Aside from, the theme of it, just
stand up for my home. Even if I take this in the sand, Jezebel.
It's no fucking like Gold Digger, is it? Like, what's this one?
Brothers locked up on the yard. You can still be anything you wanna be. Went from 1 and 4 to 1 and 3.
I don't know. Probably need to give it more time. Oops. Now that is a Two Door Cinema Club thing. Sample, isn't it? Does it get better?
King of
Yes. But who am I to judge? I'm crooked as Vegas.
you.
whatever. I don't know. I need to listen to it again, but nothing really fucking is sticking out for me. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's probably just not my fucking mug of pish. Like, how could you go for, like, this is fucking
We could have been somebody. Said you had to tell somebody.
banger city, like, or that one there. That's incredible. That's my favorite Kanye song.
We get this bitch shaking like Parkinson's. Take my number and lock it in.
Energy, you know what I mean? Not just all, I'm Jesus. But then also, you know, the more Jesus he gets, the more mental I think he's probably getting. Because you're like, bro, I feel like you're compensating for something, you know? He's like, yeah, man, I love Jesus. I'm the best artist in the world. And you're like, fucking, you just be met. It's like I'm watching Peaky Blinders at the minute, right? I think I might have got through it. I need to start the current series, which has been shown on fucking BBC or whatever. But like, I've got through it all. But if you follow and no spoiler alerts, the fucking thing's old as shit. But like, you know, the character Arthur, you know, tries to clean himself up a wee bit. He's like, I don't know what that accent was, but he gets, you know, his wife's all Jesus-y and whatever, and then you're like, oh man, I miss him running about fucking murking cunts. Then he sort of comes back, and he's like, kills a few fucking Italians, and then he's back on the gear, and he's drinking like fuck, and you're like, yes, this is, now you will die, but this is what we want. You know, we don't want the fucking, oh, I fucking love Jesus, me. I'm big into Christ. I fucking love Jesus, man. Fuck that. You want him to be like, where's the fucking coke, man? Fucking, I don't know, my accents are all over the place now. But you want it, as soon as he's back on the gear and he's drinking and he's fucking drowning Italians in paint, you're like, yes, this is this is what we want. We want you fucking half off the rails, not like, praise the Lord, I love Jesus. Kanye, get the fucking coke up your asshole. Wolf of Wall Street style, you know what I mean? I want more of that. I'm the best artist alive. You can't be going, I'm the best artist alive, but then also, you know, pass the collection box. You need to be like, fucking, I'm off the rails, I'm on coke, fuck everybody. I'm gonna shit out fucking 10 albums, you know, just fuck whatever, have my kids taken off me. You owe the world that, Kanye. Fuck your life up, give us some great music, and die with some fucking respect. You know, much like Shane with the cheeseburger. Give us the full experience and then get the diarrhea. And that's what music is all about, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying?
No moccasins, it's too many hoes in this house of sin. Real nigga back in the house again. Black Tim's all on your couch again. Black dick all in your spouse again.
Tell me.
And I know she like chocolate, man. She got more niggas off than Cochran, huh? On sight. On sight. How much do I give a fuck? Let me show you right now before you give it up. Knock them both down. Don't judge them, Joe Brown. One of the mountain. Took her to the blue, she tried to sip the fountain. That's when David Gutman kicked the out. But I got her back in and put my dick in her mouth. On sight.
And that's music, guys. None of this fucking praise the Lord. Fuck Jesus. You know what I mean? His next album should be called Fuck Jesus. And it's just Kim Kardashian's asshole agape, and then there's just a small bit of text in the middle. You know what I mean? He's gold digging now. Question for you, for both of you. Who's both of us, bro? It's me running this whole fucking ship. And it's always been that way. And it probably always will. Would you rather fuck a goat and nobody know about it? I'd rather you never ask me a fucking question, bro. What I guess is your comedy style inspired by anyone? If so, who? Well, I'll tell you what, Abby, it's inspired by every fucking comedian that has ever been. You know? Because you watch it and you go, I'd like to do that. I would say there are weird things that inspire me. Like, I suppose when I was younger, I used to watch The Office, so I very much liked the awkward moments in that. Not so much a lot of stand-up, because I didn't get into stand-up till I seen Bill Hicks, because most of the stand-up I watched was, even though Billy Connolly's amazing, but the things that you'd see on TV, like Lee Evans or fucking Peter Kay, they seemed like silly to me. They seemed like silly fucking comedians. Until I seen Bill Hicks, and then I went, oh, he looks like a fucking rock star doing comedy, and then I really liked that. So that inspired me. But then weird things inspire me, you know what I mean? Like the Chappelle Show. There's like I could literally point out, me and Shane were talking about this the other day. you know, oh, fuck off. There have been like singular jokes that have inspired probably my actual like comedy writing techniques, like a lot of Patton Oswalt or like there's one Dave Chappelle joke, the one about catching AIDS from a monkey. That one joke was literally like has affected all my comedy writing. When he's like, you know how long it took me to teach this monkey how to suck my dick without peeling it? Genius. But then there's things like, we need to see this. This is a thing that has, see when it comes to like video making or making things that are impactful and bold and like whatever. Now I have 17 tabs open here with watches, because Maureen bought me a watch box for my fucking birthday, and I basically have. She also bought me a fucking build your own guitar kit, which she said, she goes, if you want to know what to get Colin for his birthday, get him a present that you would get a 14-year-old boy. And I went, absolutely correct. I got my watch box now. I'll put my 7 fucking, you know, watches in it that are all worth less than £200, because I would rather have many watches than just one good one, because I'm a tramp. And I don't think that'll change. If I was a multi-billionaire, I think I'd still be going, oh my god, look at this luminous orange Casio. That would still be me, because I'm scum. Oh, I'm scum. She bought me a fucking build your own guitar kit. What the fuck was I gonna look up there? I literally just had a fucking brain hemorrhage. Yeah, she bought me this build your own guitar kit, which is a Telecaster, which is fucking lethal. But yeah, let me show you this. If you're talking about things that inspire me, there's one clip, and it's a trailer, and it has affected the editing of all the videos that I've ever made, even though I'm kind of fucking done with that style of video, possibly. But if you look it up, I'll play it now. It's a trailer for Eastbound and Down, like the first one I ever seen, and it's an HBO trailer, and it's how I was introduced to both my favorite fucking show, possibly one of my favorite comedy actors, and also one of my fucking top 3 favorite bands. How I was introduced to all of those in one thing. It's a trailer for Eastbound and Down right here. Black Keys. And you might actually be able to tell if you were to watch this and you're like familiar with a load of videos that I've made and just the way that I try and pair like music with comedy, like intros to fucking videos and stuff. This is what it's inspired by, basically. Just Danny McBride bursting through a big paper fucking banner. From the motherfuckers who brought you Observe and Report. He's basically walking through the hallway of like a school, like a high school, and all these kids are cheering. And I steal from this a lot. What do you hear? Ready? It just cuts to nothing. And he's just fucking like dancing and no one's paying attention to him. Now, that is more inspiring to me than a lot of shows, a lot of comedy, a lot of whatever. That's literally, I've stolen from that. And even if you go to like, I mean, there's things like that. There's the clip of fucking Bernie Mac on Def Jam where he's like, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. That has inspired me and I don't even know what he's saying. I don't even know what the references are. I can't make out what he said. But the delivery and the confidence, I'm like, yep, I'm going to steal real hard from that. Now, is it just me? Or is Facebook the slowest thing to operate on a desktop? So, go big or go home. So this is the trailer I did for the SSE originally, right? So very epic. basically the same as the other ad. Shots of the arena. Cue the heavy beats. You know what I mean? I'm walking along, it looks epic. Cuts to nothing.
Fuck up, you! You fuck up.
So there you go. That's me trying to copy that other fucking thing and failing miserably. But yeah, they're the sort of things that inspire me. They aren't necessarily straight up stand up or whatever, but you know, I lifted from a lot of shit. What are you looking forward to most about having the child? Just making memories, man. You know what I mean? It's life. It's real fucking life. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. Have fucking kids. Make more. Everyone fucking cool that you know was a kid one time. You might make a real cool kid. Let's fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Make me a better person. Probably make me less selfish. Or maybe more selfish. Maybe go like, maybe I gotta look after myself better because we've got a fucking child now. You know? And then also just, you know, putting Halloween outfits on it. Is Galway the best city in Ireland? That's from Ali Meg. It's up there, man. Also, you were the luckiest bastard when you were here, as it generally rains every fucking day. Yeah, well, yeah, it was fairly dry, but it was also 1 degree with like sea breeze. So fucking eat my ass. I was wearing 2 coats the whole fucking time. What did you think of Galway Comedy Festival? From Anne-Marie's Comedy, I forget the rest of the name of her page, Comedy Fun. Did you head to any other gigs? Yeah, I went to loads of gigs, all those late night comp shows. Yeah, it's great. And I can't wait to, if I'm invited back, go back and maybe not be as on edge the whole time, because I may have had to leave if Maureen started having a baby. But I can't wait to go back. Maybe take away from jail next time, fuck's sake, have a couple of pints. By the way, I don't know how she isn't employed by the festival yet. Anne-Marie's Comedy Fun. She's at every gig. She takes all the photos. Why don't they just arm her with a proper comedy or a proper camera and let her fucking write a blog or something, for fuck's sake? Pay her to do it. How's the running going? From Nathan Quinn. It's funny because it was like anything, when you get into a thing, you're like, oh yeah, I'm really getting into this. I'm going to try and do this as much as possible. But I do like also just like my body feels better if I work out with weights and maybe try and do some functional strength type stuff. I feel better like that. If I just go running all the time, it really fucking piles up on me and I'm like, oh, my fucking knees are sore or my back's tight. So I got to mix it up. So instead of trying to fucking wake up every day and be like, I'm going to go running every day, I just want to be like, did I run a couple of times this week? Just to mix it up with the other working out. So there we go. But in fairness, in the last few weeks, the focus has been, can I just not eat any fucking sugars or a lot of carbs and just keep it real lean and light? You know what I mean? Because we're trying to shed pounds here. Because we get all lumped in with all the big lads doing comedy and all. And I'm like, fuck no. All right? I work out a lot. Let's have the body represent that. So we're cutting out the fucking sugars and I'm doing fucking just very heavy front-loaded squats, you know what I mean? And fucking deadlifts. And I ripped my hand apart in fucking Galway in the gym in the hotel, which was hilarious because I walked out of the gym and the girl that worked there was American. She's talking to the other guy that worked in the gym and I opened the door and she's like, yeah man, it's like Allah Akbar or something. And I went, okay, ISIS banter. So I don't know if I have any goals or anything. I'm just trying to throw it in there. I just want to be able to like, which I never know, but I just want to be able to be like, right, I'm just going to go for a quick run here and run for fucking 20 minutes, half an hour and just get, you know what I mean? Just not make a big deal of it. Favorite part of your job. Also, if you want, I have a YouTube channel you could check out. Bro, what am I going to do that for? No offense. Send me a link. I'm not going to look for it. Like, fuck's sake. What's your favourite part about your job? It's the good bit and the bad bit. You kind of dictate your own shit. You can do whatever you want. But you gotta make yourself do that then. So it's good and bad. But anyway, Yeah, it's the fact that you don't have to answer to anybody, but you got to become your own boss, which is fucking stressful sometimes. On a scale of 1 to sliced chicken supper, how fucked is Mo Robinson? In fairness, I've always thought it was safe to keep your Chinese in the fridge. Yeah, there's that guy from here who's gonna get absolutely fucking fucked because I didn't read I heard the breaking story, but then I didn't really read into it that much. 25 of Craigavon appeared at Chelmsford Magistrates Court on Monday, charged with 39 counts of manslaughter, conspiracy to traffic people, conspiracy to assist unlawful immigration, and money laundering. Yeah, you see, you can't really be like, sure, I didn't know they were in the fucking van. I mean, the only way out of it might be like, you know, that somebody forced them to do it. But then supporting Mo, is that a page? What? What? Mr. Robinson has been charged with 39 counts of manslaughter. If the driver Mo Robinson only had the white frozen trailer for about 35 minutes, how could he possibly be charged with murder? I hope the post-mortem can give the approximate time of death. Poor blokes will... Well, yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of complications. Maybe they're trying to say, like... I mean, it might be one of those things seems dodgy, and then it turns out it was just a terrible accident. But then it's human trafficking and stuff like that is so dodgy anyway. He looks dodgy, mate. No harm to you. But like, yeah, maybe like they could have went like, okay, we just need you to drop this off, and he goes, I'm not doing that, and they're like, here's fucking $5,000, and he goes, oh fuck's sake, okay, and maybe he took the thing, and they were like already dead, which is mad. I mean, are they not? Are they literally not in like a refrigerated fucking container? Of course they're gonna fucking die. Like, I don't know. The whole thing's gross. I don't know, I need to read more into that because I only heard the story breaking. But gross. Do you have an Amazon Prime? And if you have, would you ever watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel? I'd say it would be 100% up your street. Well, much like True Detective, I seen a picture of the girl with her tits out, and because I'm a fucking, you know, pig, I was just like, well, do I really need to watch this now? Also, is it about stand-up or something? I don't know if it could be fucked. I'll check it out after I'm done with Peaky Blinders because it's my favourite show of all time now. Jesus Christ, it's good. I had no idea it was so good. Oh, the mind tricks, bro. You know, the scheming about. And just when you think he's out of luck, he's like, by the way, we're dealing with fucking some cunt called Alphonse Capone. Heard of that cunt? And then he fucks the Italian guy. And who's that woman just walking down the street? There's just a woman walking down the street. How weird. Out here, which is weird. Favourite country you visited and why? I haven't visited that many. Vietnam was life-changing, and then so was LA. I like that too. David Sean, is Belgium overrated? No, I don't think so. I used to do work for them, and I haven't heard from them in a while. But no, it's not overrated because you go to any other fucking burrito place and it tastes like donkey's cock compared to a Belgium. You go to Mexico and eat some of their shit and it doesn't taste as good as a fucking Belgium. So I definitely don't think it's underrated. I think what you are is spoiled. You know, you're used to it now and you're like, oh, don't put my fucking chicken as I like in it. No. And you're like, bro, the thing's fucking 3,000 calories, relax. But no, it's definitely not overrated. It's amazing. Any standout moments from the mainland gigs? And that's from... Oh, bollocks. Where was that question? Any standout moments from the mainland gigs? I mean, just being able to go to Glasgow and there be that many people in a gig was fucking incredible. Especially early in the tour when you're trying to work through your set. That was fucking great. Loved that. Liverpool, Manchester, standout gig for Liverpool was I couldn't even get in the fucking venue. They just thought I was some member of the public and they're like, you gotta come back at 8:30. And I was like, but I'm doing the show at 9. Yeah, it's not open yet. And I'm like, alright, I'll just fucking sit in the street like a cunt. But went in there and it was an absolute wrecking match. Like, It was great. Just people pissing themselves at everything. I mean, when you can be an arrogant bastard and people still laugh, like that clip in Aaron's wee mini vlog where the water fell over and some guy set it back in the stool, and I went, "Oh, did that fall over?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "I didn't hear it over the rapturous laughter," and that got an even bigger laugh. You know what I mean? You get to that point where you're just like, I could say anything up in this bitch. Yeah, it was enjoyable, thoroughly enjoyable. What's the most common thing you and Maureen fight or argue about? Mainly me being shit at everything. Does she ever get annoyed about how much smashing you watch? No, just what I mean, like the amount of porn we watch on a fucking podcast. It only ever happens when Mickey's here, and it's been dying off, thank fuck. But no, she wouldn't get annoyed about that. She would get more annoyed about, my, shortcomings as a man. Because she'd be more like, because her dad is like fucking Superman and can fix anything, and then she'd be like, "Why can't you just install a bath?" And I'll be like, "Because I tell dick jokes." You know what I mean? And things like that. Why can't you just act normal? And I'm like, well, because, we're all mentally unstable here. We're comedians. You know what I mean? We're not psychologists. I'm nuts. Enjoy it. What do you think of Kanye's new album? Yeah, like I said, didn't really give it much of a chance just yet. If you could be in government, what would you change and why? I would just change the way it's done. You know what I mean? I think it should be done in a sort of jury service type way, instead of just leaving it up to some cunt who's got bullied his whole fucking life, and he's like, "I'm gonna be in charge of things and cut my hair with a knife," aka Boris Johnson. If you could be in government, if you won 10 million, how would you spend your money? I mean, I would probably just, I don't know, I would buy, that's what I would do. I would buy property in different countries and probably have, about 8 sporty estate cars sitting outside, because that's what I like. Like it's like the watches, you know what I mean? You got 10 million, we're going to buy a Bugatti? Certainly not, sir. I'm going to buy many, many very fast but sort of unassuming family cars. And there's a picture of brownies, which I had to take last night because Maureen's sister made them and I can't eat them, so I just fucking stare at them. How do you get so devilishly handsome? It's from a blind lady. Here, speaking of blind ladies, right? I was on the radio in Galway, and I was talking to Dermot and Dave. I was like, "Listen, yeah, blah blah, my wife's pregnant, whatever. So I have to be on call at all times." And then I was walking down the street, and this was almost like in a horror movie when you get a message from like a wise old lady. She wasn't that old, but she had regular glasses on, and she had very dark like glasses, and she had a white stick, so obviously some sort of visually impaired. But she could see enough to know that it was me walking down the street. So we're walking down the street, and she's like, "Hey," and I went, "What?" And I'm like, "This is weird to me because I'm assuming looking at you that you can't see that well with the stick and the guide person." It's like, "I tell you what, if I was pregnant and you're my husband, I wouldn't let you out of the house." And I went, "Okay, that's strange." I'm thinking like she can't see anything. She's maybe just sensing the bad energy around me. "I wouldn't let you out of my sight." And I was like, "Okay." But she probably thought that I was up, on the piss and hurring and touring, with all the good looking women in Galway. Not. You know what I mean? Everyone in Galway looks like they juggle, and that makes total sense. That makes total sense what I just said, and you don't even know what it means, and I don't know what it means, but everyone in Galway looks like they can juggle. Do you know what I'm saying? Like shaved up the side, fucking earplugs, just they don't look clean. Whatever outfit they're wearing, whether it's like neon flares, and one of those woolly woven fucking like poncho coats, they always have hiking boots on, and they might be in good nick and fairly attractive, but they're stinking. You know what I'm saying? They all juggle. They can all juggle, and that's probably just science and facts. But this blind oracle probably thought that I was up there drinking, smoking, straight west coasting, which is actually fairly appropriate for Galway and its geographical location. But that freaked me out. But I should have said to her, I was like, "Listen, Maureen told me to come up here because it might have been a slight step up the ladder career-wise. Also, I can just drive home. Also, I'm sitting here bored shitless because I'm not drinking. I'm just fucking here, and I can go home whenever. She's like, a lot can happen in 4 hours. And I was like, creepy. If someone were to offer you a free ticket to the Farmers Bash in SSE, would you go, or would you spit on them in condemnation, or deliberately not spit on them out of spite because you know they love it? Thoughts? Peter Dunn. Listen, I wouldn't go to it, but then there's also a lot of regular shit I wouldn't go to if I was given a ticket. Do you know what I mean? If someone was like, the Killers are playing in your garden, do you want to walk out through the kitchen outside? I'd be like, not really. So my first question is there people there? Then no. Prince Philip and the Paedophile, give it a watch on Channel 4. Seen bits of it, mate. For some reason, it makes me very uncomfortable watching shows like that. I don't like things where there's like no justice or something. You know what I mean? You're just like. Also, do you know what makes me sound like a fucking cunt? Sometimes I watch things and they're like paedophile, paedophile, paedophile. And then it's like, I mean, this is me wandering into shit. Cancel culture. You're like, is someone a full paedophile? Or are they banging a 17-year-old? You know, who has obviously had a fucked up childhood and has no parents in control of her. And it's absolutely creepy and fucked up. Are you a creepy weirdo? Or are you just banging a girl who's 17 who's fucking... I don't know. It's so fucked up. I don't know why I said that. Let's go jail. Let's go jail, guys. Is there something wrong with that still? Absolutely there is. You know, is it creepy that you're flying them to your private island? The fuck? Yeah, I've gone full circle. Yeah, it's creepy as fuck. It's very weird. And also the guy couldn't look more weird. And then Prince Andrew couldn't look more like a wee fucked up, just wee fucking piece of shit royal cunt. You know what I mean? It's like a Louis C.K. thing. All royals look like their skin's made out of dick skin. Have you ever tried storing away black pudding? You always say about Clonakilty is the best, but storing away blows it out of the water. Well, yeah, I'll try it if I stumble across it, bro, but I'll not go looking for it. Also, I was at a place called Della, D-L-A, Della, in Galway, and I got a fry, and I was like, leave the bread out of it for me, and one of the, it just said like, you know, sausage, bacon, you know, got a couple poached eggs. There was like a wee homemade tomato-y fucking sauce thing that was nice. And then it just said pudding, which was more like a fucking meatloaf. It looked like a slice of toast, but it was like made out of like white pudding or something, and in the middle was a circle of black pudding. And I was like, this is my replacement for bread now. It looks like a slice of toast. Now I can just, like, if I could have something that was black pudding, you know, and then set an egg on it, life over. So there you go. I just watched the Game Changers movie on Netflix. They're proving that eating more plant-based foods gives you a longer and more frequent erections. No more Hanson burger. And that's the last question. Of course it is about cocks. Listen, the last thing I need is more frequent and prolonged erections. If eating fucking no carbs and more meat means that you don't have a fucking hard dick most of the day, I welcome that. Because maybe we'll get some fucking work done. Do you know what I mean? What? You know, a lot of women are like, oh, it's hormonal, it's natural, you're allowed to be hormonal. And they can use the term hormonal for a lot of shit. Why can't dudes just be like, I'm hormonal? You know? There's too many hormones in my body and I'm about to fucking smack my own dick with a hammer. Not a good excuse. Toxic masculinity, you see. Not allowed to talk about men's problems because there aren't any. Because all they do is cause problems. I don't know where I'm going with this, but all I know is I need a piss. Speaking of hard cocks. And I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I don't know what that podcast was. All over the place. You know, I've been very busy. Give me a second. Maybe next week I'll have more to talk about because there might be a child. And if it's late, you'll know fucking why. Okay? Shout out to all the Dead All Mafia folks who are donating to the Patreon. It keeps rolling in. I do apologise for the lateness of the live podcast, which I do need to upload. But it's like 5 camera angles and it's a lot of footage and I haven't got a fucking second to do it. So I'll get it up this week now that we have a bit more downtime. And yeah, look forward to that. We're going to set up gigs next year that basically, you can come see the live show, and then for those who can't make it, who are Patreon people, the live show will go on to exclusively on the Patreon. So there you go. Thanks a million for that. Keep supporting the podcast, you know what I mean? Stops me fucking flogging shit about, you know, some bullshit company that I don't give a fuck about, but they're paying me. You know, keep us in equipment. We got headphones, we got mics, we got all that shit. We're doing well, baby. And it's because of the Patreon. So thank you very much for that. Other gigs, once again, Lavery's 6th of November, Tim McGarry's headlining. And then we've got the Odyssey. If you want to buy a ticket for the second night, we'll come out guns a-blazing. And the rest of the tour show is available at shine.net. I don't think there's many tickets for any of those, so get on it. And that's it. And then we'll just have a full run of sold out gigs for fucking 2019. And then we book another fucking show for next year, and we get to the fucking drawing board and start writing better material. You know what I mean? That's the good thing about stand-up. You come see me this year, you go, oh my God, man, I laughed my dick off. Wait till next year, and then wait till the year after that, because this is the arc we're on. You know what I mean? It's going up and up and up. Murdersville. We're going to get the Bernie Mac at fucking Def Jam. That's the level we're going to get at. Hit it. Guy plays the music. People are pissing themselves. Everyone's black. It's going to be lethal. Okay? There you go. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Cheers for listening. Tell your friends about it. Rate and review it is a thing I never say, but apparently that means something. If you want to rate and review this on iTunes, just be like, oh, it's good. And if it's not a 5-star, you can fucking rim my gape. Okay? See you later. And look up Budgies with Down syndrome if you're looking to laugh. Alright guys, see you later. Cheers, bye.